Film with family. They love the family, they love the movies.
Hello and welcome to Film with Family. I'm Austin.
And I'm Zach.
And we are two cousins who like to talk about movies. And today we are saying Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. And today we have for you a feast of films from a festival, the Chicago International Film Festival. Yes, for the third year in a row, Zach and I attended the Chicago International Film Festival, and it was a great time.
Yeah, the 61st Chicago Film Festival, the Feastival, if you will.
Yeah, so, probably people are in transit right now, getting over to their Thanksgiving destinations. Zach, do you have Thanksgiving plans this year?
I actually haven't figured it out because typically the move is to go to 1706, but this will be the first year where that is not an option.
Right.
So I don't know.
Kinda
Maybe I'll
crazy.
just end up at my parents' house, but I actually haven't talked to them yet about it as of this record.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure there'll be some amount of family and feasting. I'm just not sure where. But it's sad to think that we won't have grandma and grandpas to go to anymore.
I know.
That was the tradition for me, at least.
It was a perfect Thanksgiving house. You had the big dining room table and the buffet style connected to the kitchen. It was idyllic. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
for like some of my last memories of grandpa and grandma was visiting them during Thanksgiving. So, special
Oh yeah.
time, enjoy the time you have with your family
Hmm.
and maybe watch a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not many great Thanksgiving movies that I can think of. I guess Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is one.
Yeah, that's the classic. And then you got the
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving, the Eli Roth
horror film.
horror film, but that just came out like last year, right? I don't know.
I liked that one though. I thought it was pretty fun.
Movies about food, I guess. Taste of Things, which came out
Yeah,
of, last year.
it'd be a
Uh,
fitting film for Thanksgiving.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think honestly that would be maybe that's my top recommendation for this year's Thanksgiving movie. Everybody watch Taste of Things. Beautiful
Yeah.
movie about food.
Hmm. And yeah, actually, a movie I saw last year at the Chicago Film Festival. Oh shit, I'm blanking on the name of it. But it had a lot of turkeys in it. Oh, it was
Was it
something.
Chicken Run?
It was Universal Language.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
there was a lot of actual turkeys in that movie, so maybe that would be a good Thanksgiving watch.
Happy Thanksgiving to all. And yeah, this is the first pod, just me and you, Zach. I feel kind of,
Yeah, for this season.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel kind of without my floaties on or something. I'm like, it's like we don't have a guest crutch to lean on this one.
Yeah,
Just
that
me
was
and you.
kind of a goal for the fun season. Season three was we're gonna have a guest every episode, but I guess it makes sense not for this episode not to do it that way. But
Yeah.
we might have a call out that
We
we
might have
might
a
try to
call
do.
out. We might get a call in. We might get a pop in. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe pop in from G, Ginger the dog.
Oh yeah, watching G this week because my mom is on a big cruise with Steve in Europe.
Oh wow, that's fun.
Yeah, and so me and my wife have
Oh,
been watching G.
oh yeah, we got to talk about this. This is your first pod as a married man.
I'm married. Can you believe it?
Congratulations, Austin.
Thank you. Yes, my first podcast as a married man. It's a big moment in any married man's life is when he starts podcasting as a husband.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember when we started this podcast, you were just a lonely single man.
I was a lonely single man about a year ago.
Yeah, things are moving fast.
Yeah, Rocio and I's love has moved at a fast pace, and it's been lovely. We had a beautiful wedding downtown Chicago. It was probably one of the last nice days of the year. It was perfect outside. Sun was shining. Went to City Hall. It was funny because we showed up at City Hall and this lady was like, "No, it's not here anymore. We moved it on Monday." So it's like it was across the street at the Daily Center Plaza,
Oh
which is
shit.
like where you like get your driver's license. And so like us and all these other people who were dressed up walked over there and got in line like and went up to this like weird liminal space that was like an abandoned office, like it's like literally like cubicles that were like kind of like broken down, and then we were just kind of standing around. It was me, Rocio, my mom and Steve, her parents who came in from Chile, Mario and Esther, and then her sister and brother-in-law.
hmm
And we were all kind of standing around waiting, and they called our name. Went into this little office with a judge, and he's like, "You ready?" He's like, "All right. Do you? Do you?" Yep. We said yes. We said I do,
No vows,
and
just right to the point.
pretty much, yeah, just right to the point. And I had my friend AJ with us taking photos. We got a lot of nice photos. But yeah, that was the thing is we had an appointment for 9:30 and then our brunch was at 12:30 and it went so fast. We had like 3 hours to kill. So we just ended up doing this like really big photo shoot all around the city. And yeah, we got tons of great photos. And we stayed in Chicago for 2 nights at a nice hotel, had a really nice dinner, went to a play, and then off we went as a married couple. And here we are. That was last week,
The day after Halloween,
the
right?
day after Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do anything for Halloween?
Yeah, actually, I made the promise that I alluded to on the One Battle After Another parking lot review and
Right.
dressed up as Bob Ferguson, aka Leonardo DiCaprio's character from One
Yeah.
Battle After Another. And I thought that was a hit. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Did people get the reference?
I went to like one Halloween party and some people definitely got it. And they're
Nice.
like, "Hey, what time is it?" And I was like, "I don't know." I'm paranoid,
Listen,
man.
man. Listen, man. I'm gonna have to go through all the details. Like,
Cut the password bullshit.
what is the
Yeah.
password? Time is not a construct, or but
Yeah, time doesn't exist, but it controls us anyway or something. I think that's what
oh,
it
fuck you,
is.
fucking idiot.
Yeah,
So good.
but I actually wore that costume to work,
Oh,
and
nice.
nobody at my work who knew who I was, but they're like, "Nice, I like it." They just
Nice.
they just they just like the look. They didn't even really question it, like what I was going for.
Is that why you got kind of a shaved look right now? Is you like shaved just for the
Yeah,
Halloween costume?
yeah. I usually don't shave my beard ever, but I was like, I gotta do the handlebar mustache to
Yeah.
to be Bob,
Yeah.
and
You committed. You went
yeah,
fully.
I don't have no regrets. I think it looked good. I bought a nice bathrobe for it, and now I have a nice bathrobe I can dabble in.
Throw some Modelo's in the pockets.
Oh
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
like I said, it's a perfect Halloween costume because you can just drink and smoke weed all night, and it's just part of the costume.
I need that little roach clip thing that he's got or whatever. How he smokes little joints in.
Anyways, you want to get into the festival here? I mean, that was so yeah, it's been a while since actually we were at the festival. I was thinking about it. It's actually been a month since I started seeing movies from the festival. We couldn't record earlier just because I was getting married and there's a lot of activity happening, but finally have time to digest all of these films that we saw.
Yeah, because the film festival started October 15th, my
Mm-hmm.
birthday, and
Right.
it went for like 2 weeks or something like that, or a week.
Yeah, about 10 days or so. But I was seeing films earlier than that at the press screenings. So I
Hmm.
think the first one I saw was If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I saw that on the 11th of October. So it's been about a month.
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We saw a ton of great things.
Hmm.
And a lot of them we saw separately, but we're going to start off by talking about the ones that we saw together
Yeah, as a family.
as a family. So, Zach, yeah, for your birthday and also for the festival, you came into Chicago for a weekend. Me and you and Drew had a grand old time.
Yeah, I would have liked to spend more time in Chicago and at the festival, but it didn't. It only worked out that I could be there just for a couple days, but it was a great time. And you got me into a press screening of Father, Mother, Sister, Brother, the new
Yes.
Jim Jarmusch movie. So that was the movie, the first movie we got to see together.
Yes.
First of two.
I had to beg to get you in because somebody didn't fill out the application properly.
Yeah, I messed up
What
one.
happened?
I messed up one prompt. I was
I know.
confused, and we tried many emails like, "Hey, I messed up. Can you give me the press pass anyway? I had the press pass last year." But
Yeah.
they weren't gonna budge.
Yeah, they were being pretty strict about it. But yeah, I it was kind of I did the same kind of thing that I did the first time we went with Boy and the Heron, where I was like, "Oh, it would mean so much to us and the podcast, if we saw this movie together and just can you just make this one small exception, please, sir? Can we have some more?" And they granted it to us. So thank you for that.
Hmm.
Went to an early screening. All these screenings were quite early.
Yeah, in the AM.
Yeah, like 10 a.m. screenings for a lot of the press screenings. But yeah, Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. Yeah, we went over to the AMC New City, which was fun. That was where I saw all of the films actually, except for one. I saw the closing night film, which was Eternity, the new Miles Teller movie. I saw that at Music Box.
Oh, okay.
And but everything else I saw at that new city. I also saw the Criterion Closet there.
Oh, the closet van.
Yes, the mobile closet.
Was there a huge line for it?
There was a huge line, but I was there early for one of the press screenings, so I saw it actually roll up and then like them like kind of open the doors and start constructing the closet. And I didn't stand in line. I think we talked about this, Zach. I don't really see the point.
Hmm.
It's like I get it, that it's like a great image to put on your Instagram or whatever, but I mean, if you want a discount Criterion, just wait for the Barnes and Noble 50% sale.
Yeah, they do big sales, I feel like multiple times a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it is just like it's a social media ploy to
Yeah.
say that you've been in the closet and feel like you're more important than you actually are, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like and everybody's video is the same. It's like them just like in there and be like, "Wow, look at all the movies. Jeez. Oh, look at that.
Wow, it's like I'm
It's
in a Barnes and Noble in the Criterion selection, in the Criterion aisle of Barnes and Noble.
yeah. This is like, hell, look at this. Wes Anderson. Ah, gotta love Royal Tenenbaums, right? Gene Hackman, classic.
That's me.
It's
That's what I would say.
Louis Spoonwell. How about this? I mean, if you want to talk about classic cinema, This one right here. I mean, I'm not trying to dump on Criterion Collection.
They do good work.
They do great work. They have a really good Herzog series on the app
Channel.
right now. Yeah.
But we're not
Um,
here to talk Criterion.
I know, I know. I just wanted to, that was one of their big things this year was they had the Criterion Closet. Very cool. I mean, it was the first time it came to Chicago. I think
Hmm.
Tracy Letts had a hand in that, so thank you, Tracy.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so we saw this Jarmusch.
The new Jarmusch. Do you like Jarmusch?
I like Jarmusch.
I like Jarmusch.
I feel like he was one of the early auteur directors that I got into like in late high school, early college. I really liked Down by Law and like Night on Earth and Stranger Than Paradise. Oh, and Coffee and Cigarettes, which we have a family story about Coffee and Cigarettes, seeing that. So I think when we were like 16 or something, me, Jasmine, and Caleb, I believe, went to the State Theater in Michigan.
In Ann Arbor. Yeah.
Yeah, to see Coffee and Cigarettes, mainly because Tom Waits was in it, and I was like heavy into Tom Waits at that point. Jack White is in it too, which Jasmine I think wanted to see it for that as well. And I we walked out. We pulled a Glenn. We were so bored. I mean, like I don't know. I just like, don't think that we were expecting it to be such a slow vignette type movie of just like different people talking. And
Yeah.
I have a distinct memory of me like wanting to like throw my shoe at the screen for some reason. I was like, I'm
Whoa.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna throw my shoe.
Is this after George Bush got a shoe thrown at him?
Yeah.
Like you're inspired by that guy? Like that guy's a hero.
I was so mad. I wanted to George Bush him. I wanted to George Bush Jarmusch.
Wow.
But yeah, I think that we all just decided let's get out of here. And we walked out. One of the
Yeah.
few films in my life I think I walked out on.
Yeah. This new movie has a few things in common with that movie too,
Yeah.
and that it's like broken up into vignettes or kind of
Hmm.
shorts that are disconnected, new sets of characters. But this one, it's
Right.
just three chunks, and Coffee and Cigarettes, it's like maybe like eight or nine
Hmm.
chunks. It's like a lot of different scenes, and this one's got Tom Waits as well.
Yeah, Tom Waits comes back. Great to see him. I was really excited to see him again. I mean, haven't seen him around in anything. He hasn't been making music. He hasn't been touring. He hasn't been in any films really. So it's good to see him still doing his thing, being a
Yeah.
weirdo. He was great in this movie.
Yeah, he's playing like a weird dad,
Yeah,
and Adam Driver is his son.
it's the titular father.
Yeah, he's the father role. I don't remember the name or the actress name, but it's like a brother
My,
and a
me
sister.
and Bialik,
Oh, okay.
right? It's the chick from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, she's the new Jeopardy girl, right?
No, they gave that to Ken Jennings.
I think they switch off.
Sorry.
I think they switch off actually.
Do they switch off? I've only just been seeing Ken Jennings.
Well, I
Jeff
guess it's
Jeopardy.
mostly Ken Jennings thing, but I guess Mian Bialik did some episodes of Jeopardy or for a season or something.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah. People need to know where they might know this person.
Yeah,
But
true that.
But yeah, I think maybe the this first section was probably my favorite of the three.
Hmm.
Mainly because for the Tom Waits factor, he's like really funny as a kind of a doddering, possibly senile kind of dad living on his
Hmm.
own.
All of the stories have kind of an interesting dynamic. The background of the family isn't clearly laid out, but it each one is a meeting of three or two people from a family for a single moment, and they just are kind of trying to connect on something. And
Yeah,
it's kind of like an awkward conversation, and they all there are these repeating motifs of like like there's like can you cheers water or like can you cheers tea and
Yeah.
like there were a
Also,
couple
they
other
say
ones.
Bob's your uncle comes up in all three, just like the phrase Bob's your uncle. And also
Right.
they also like reference like being color coordinated and like the clothes they're wearing.
Yeah, first story, Tom, Adam Driver, and Mia Bialik. And the second story is with Kate Blanchett and Vicky Krieps.
Yeah. And Charlotte Rampling, I believe, is
Yep.
the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's yeah, they're also kind of similar in that yeah, it's a kind of an awkward interaction, except the mother is like kind of rich. Like she
Mm-hmm.
has a very nice house compared to Tom Waits has like a shitty house where everything like looks like fucked up and they're worried about him.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like she's got a really nice like little setup with like tea and crumpets and little desserts and a perfectly set up like little afternoon like
Yeah.
little meeting with her daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's still kind of awkward and it feels like the daughters are kind of trying to show that they've got their shit together, but they're both kind of seem like they got their kind of struggling and kind of
Yeah.
trying to prove to their mom that they're doing all right for themselves kind of thing. And
Yeah.
Vicky Creeps has like a gay relationship that she's hiding from her mom.
Right.
Um, that's like another part of it. And like Kate Blanchett's like got a broken down car and seems like she's not doing well financially, but kind of playing it off like she's fine.
And then the third story is just the sister brother story, and it's just a brother and sister kind of
They're twins
going
actually.
right. True. Twinema.
Yeah, that's Twinema. We were talking about
Wow.
Twinema this year.
Add it to the list. But yeah, it's like them in Paris, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Paris.
Yeah, visiting like their recently deceased parents' house, like or like the house that they grew up in. And they kind of go there and find some old photos and are just kind of like talking about life stuff. It's very like a casual meandering film. But like you were saying, bringing it back to our family, like the idea of like visiting like the empty house that you kind of grew up in. It's kind of
Hmm.
reminiscent of this year for you. I mean, I didn't go see the 1706 when it was completely empty, but you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was reminding me of that, of just being in a home that you've spent so many years and have so many memories with, and then the eerie, weird feeling of being in it completely empty. And so
Hmm.
that's what the sister brother section definitely deals with that. And I kind of like that section just because it's like kind of a relief from the first two because they actually don't seem that awkward with each other. They seem like pretty comfortable with each other as
A little
siblings.
too comfortable. They're like kind of very handsy with each other,
Yeah,
but
they're cuddly. Um,
it's a
but
little weird.
I thought it was sweet. I don't know.
Yeah, it
I
was.
enjoyed it, and I thought it was kind of a nice way to end the film, just because the first two stories are just like really uptight and kind of awkward, and
Hmm.
that one was like more freeing with its emotions and
Yeah,
kind of less awkward. And so I thought that was a nice way to end the film. Yeah, I like this movie. I think I liked it more than you did, but I don't know.
yeah,
I thought it captured some good truths about family dynamics,
yeah,
and I thought the way the three stories kind of play off each other in a good way. There's a lot of parallels, and kind of seeing the contrasts were fun.
yeah.
And it felt like more of like a cohesive film than Coffee and Cigarettes, which just feels like a bunch of short films. Like this, like these three
Hmm.
stories feel like they kind of balance each other out. That's
Yeah,
how I felt about it. So I liked it quite a bit.
yeah. I liked it, and I think like at the time, I mean, again, like all these movies were way too early for me. Like I was. I will admit I dozed.
I caught you dozing during the mother section a little bit.
The coffee hasn't fully hit my bloodstream yet, and and this is a very slow movie, so it was kind of hard to lock in for me. But I mean, I keep thinking about it a lot. I keep thinking about like, can you cheers water? I keep
Yeah.
thinking about Tom Waits with that axe.
Oh yeah, swinging
Going
the
like,
axe.
I mean, it's a really funny scene of him just like telling his daughter how he chops wood and like he's really close to her, like with the axe, like showing her, and she's like,
Yeah.
and she gets uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But
that was great.
some classic weights right there. But maybe the axe is a good segue into the chainsaw.
Oh, well, I do want to mention one more thing about father, mother, sister, brother, and that there was like some in the mother section. It reminded me a little bit of grandma,
Oh,
or
right.
specifically, there's like that joke Vicky Creeps makes about like Earth being infected with humans.
Oh, right. Yes. I totally forgot about that.
The cartoon that was hanging up at 1706. That's
Yes.
like a New Yorker cartoon or something. That's like that exact joke.
Yeah, so grandma would always quote, and it was, yeah, hanging up like for our whole lives, this New Yorker cartoon where it's Saturn talking to Earth, and like Saturn is like a doctor, and it says, like, I'm sorry, but you've got humans.
Yeah, it's
And she she tells that joke basically like a variation of that joke, whereas like, don't worry, it'll pass or something like that. But yeah, we both like looked at each other like, grandma.
yeah, and also the actress that played the mother, and it kind of gave me a little bit of grandma vibes, or her eyes, or something. It was like kind of
Hmm.
reminded me of grandma's demeanor, or her vibe a little bit, or how she was
Yeah.
dressed. Um,
Yeah.
so I like that for that kind of connected with it on that personal level.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you reminded me of that. Yeah, I mean it's a sweet film, and I think I
It's
would
also
revisit
it's a family film, film with family.
probably our most family oriented film, but there's a lot of family coming down the line here. So let's keep moving. So the other movie that we saw together, not technically for the festival, but it was a film that was at the festival, which is
Yeah,
Chainsaw Man.
the Reze Arc.
It's an anime film that is a movie adaptation of the TV show, right?
There was like one season of Chainsaw Man, which I think is based off a graphic novel or a manga series or something. And so this is kind of picking up where the TV show left off. And that TV show came out 2022, I think. So it's been like 3 years and it's got a huge fan base. I'm not a huge anime guy, but Drew got me on to it. Chainsaw Man's like, you got to watch this show. This is a cut above. I got on the Chainsaw Man and I loved it. So Drew was like, we got to see it.
And I was convinced because it was an opportunity for you to experience 4DX.
Yeah, it was my first time. I've done the D box many times at home, but this is a totally different beast, the 40X. You got water,
Spraying you
you got smoke, you got air getting shotgunned into your face and neck.
in the back of your ears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the chairs are definitely jolting and a lot more aggressively than D box too. It's a lot more in your face experience. I can't say that I loved it.
I told you. I this was my one exception. I vowed to never do 4DX again, but I made an exception because content, because podcast.
Yeah.
But man, like I really didn't like it again. I mean, like I was trying to explain to Drew, it's like I thought that the movie was cool. I thought it was really cool. The animation is like so frenetic and interesting and creative. It's, I mean, the movie itself is really in your face.
Hmm.
I was really impressed with the 3D aspect of this film. I thought it was one of the coolest uses of 3D that I've seen in a while because it's a 2D animation, and so like you could
Hmm.
really hone in on the layers of the animation.
Yeah.
It was really impressive.
Yeah, I agree. That was the highlight of the experience was that it was in 3D.
Yeah.
And if I could just see the movie in 3D without the getting jolted around, that would have been the ideal experience.
Yeah, I would have much rather just seen it plain 3D, no 4DX, but Drew was having a ball. I feel like I really let Drew down because I was just like, it's just not for me. Like I just can't really get into anime. It's just like so much stimulation overload.
Yeah, seeing it in 40X, that's like too much stimulation. Was the story confusing to you, or
It
you
was
feel like you had no?
No, it wasn't super confusing because I think Drew had showed me the first episode or something like that. And so I had somewhat of a primer on it. But I did like the bomb lady. It was fucking cool. I mean, like there is
Yeah,
like
Bomb
a
Devil.
there's sort of a Cenobite quality to everybody's like, demon character, like the Chainsaw Man and the Bomb Girl and the Shark Guy. Like I kind of like the Transformer aspect of it. It's like sort of like somehow represents their personality.
Yeah,
Um
yeah. Chainsaw Man has chainsaws for arms and a chainsaw on his head, so he's kind of working with
Crazy.
three different saws. Um, and yeah, the interesting thing about this movie is that like literally like the first half of the movie, there's like no Chainsaw Man. It's just like his normal form. And it's just like really just like this like romantic film or him like meeting this girl
hmm
at like a coffee shop or something and at a cafe. And then it's just
Yeah.
like kind of like their romance unfolding. And he also goes on like a movie marathon date with his boss or something. So
Yeah.
it is more focused on just like more of a grounded kind of romantic story for
Yeah.
like half the movie, and there's like no action at all. But
hmm
then like it turns out the girl he's like dating, Reze, is a bomb devil, and then like the
hmm
rest of the movie is just fucking action,
Yeah.
and it just like it goes off the rails, and it's like just intense frenetic action for the next half of the movie,
Yeah.
which I thought was kind of a cool structure for the movie. I was like, I wasn't really expecting that. I thought it was going to be more of a traditional, like, oh, you'll get some action every other scene kind of thing, but
hmm
it's really just like two halves.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty interesting way to structure the movie.
Yeah.
And once the action did get going, I thought it was fucking fun.
It was very fun. It's a very fun movie. We'll find out how fun later in the episode.
Yeah.
But we had a great time. The 40X is just too much. I mean, like, and it's a very like wet movie. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
rain and there was a lot of like water being like sprayed on us. So I turned my water off halfway through. I was like, I'm done getting wet.
Yeah, that's literally the only option you have. That's the only customization is water on or off. That's the only thing you can control.
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind the water so much. Like I thought the rain effect was pretty tasteful,
Mm,
and I thought that it kind of was like a fun way to immerse myself in it. But
yeah.
the thing I hated the most was like the burst of air like on the back of my neck or
Yeah.
whatever. That
Yeah.
always pissed me off, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's never
Yeah.
good. Never
Yeah.
really accentuates what's happening in the movie. Just feels random, and I don't know. It didn't. That was my most hated 40X element.
Yeah, it's irritating. I had my hood up so I didn't get rained on and I didn't get like the bursts of air in the back of my neck or anything. I turned my water off, tried to reduce it. And at one point I did just consider just get hopping out of the seat and just sitting in the aisle because it's just like it's just too much, man.
Yeah,
But
and especially because it's like it's a specifically about bombs.
yeah.
So like we're also just like getting tossed around, like the chairs are going fucking nuts because there's like an explosion every minute
Yeah.
once the action starts going.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty intense 40X experience, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But overall, I like the movie. If you're a fan of Chainsaw Man, I think you're gonna like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
And I like the shark guy character, who is a new character for this movie. So
Shark Guy was cool.
Shark guy was fun.
Shark Guy was fun. Yeah, there was a lot of fun elements of it. We also got posters. I think Drew like took
Yeah,
like a
grabbed a whole
stack of
stack,
them. He's
like
like,
the
"This
whole
can be
stack.
worth something one day." It's like, yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, we got a bunch of posters. We got little toys.
Yeah, he got like a
Um,
Chainsaw Man keychain toy
yeah,
thing that
it's a
had
little
like a
action
little
figure. Yeah.
they had a little vending machine there. So that
hmm
was pretty fun.
And then when we walked in, there's like a big like display for the 4DX with like a little model of what the chairs like how the chairs move. That
Yeah.
was silly. But Drew just texted me saying, "Can't talk right now, but I loved it. One of the best anime movies ever. Most incredible use of 3D ever. God damn it."
Wow. So he's not gonna get on the mic. That's all we're
Yeah,
gonna get.
we got a text in.
We got a text in from Drew.
Text in. He's texting.
Wait, can you ask him we'll give it a phonometer score maybe for Chainsaw Man? Maybe we could put his number in.
We'll reveal that later.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever do 40X again, or I'm not gonna seek it out. I prefer the D box experience. It's a much more subtle use of seat motion,
Agree.
and but I'd recommend Chainsaw Man if you like anime.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good, a fun movie. But it is interesting that like this new phenomenon of anime movies like being huge
Right.
box office hits like the past couple years.
Yeah. Demon Slayer.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, now Chainsaw Man.
Mm-hmm.
These anime nerds are showing up to the theater.
More power to him, I guess. I mean, yeah, we just had at Music Box the Studio Ghibli Fest, and that was like sold out every night. Anime's huge. People
Yeah.
love seeing it on the big screen.
And if it helps keep theaters in business, I'm all for it.
A movie that is not in theaters but should be is Frankenstein.
I did get to see it in theaters, but not at the film festival.
Yeah, I got a press screening of it. I actually sat right behind Richard Roper, the famous movie critic who worked with Roger Ebert.
Hmm.
Um, he was, yeah, sitting right in front of me. So I felt a little intimidated. I was like, I wonder what he thinks.
Did he eavesdrop any nuggets from him, or was he silent?
No, he was just chatting with the people next to him. He was like, "Oh, maybe we'll get a little putting on the Ritz, huh?" Because young Frankenstein, whatever.
Okay, that's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
And then afterwards, I was walking out and I was right behind him. I wanted to say something, but it's like I could just read it, I guess. Anyways, so I saw it in as a press screening. I liked this one a lot more than I was expecting. I feel like I was, I don't know, I heard a few reviews of people who caught it at Venice or one of the film festivals, and there were some like lackluster responses, and so I was, I feel like Guillermo del Toro has been a little. I don't know. I haven't been as impressed with his stuff in the last, like Nightmare Alley. I wasn't huge into. I wasn't huge into Pinocchio.
Yeah,
So I'm not. I wouldn't say like I'm the biggest Del Toro fan. So I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes. But I did read the book like this summer. I was reading it at the Bay when I
oh
was with
nice,
you
yeah,
because I think I found Grandma's copy of it. Again, going back to Grandma, she has a great poem about Mary Shelley, which I will read now. It's called Married Bliths, but actually pronounced Married Bish because I looked this up. I was like, why is it named that? That's Percy Shelley's middle name.
Oh, okay.
So it's a clever little pun. So
Wow.
very,
Clever grandma.
clever grandma. But her poem is, as Percy penned his sonnets most sublime, Mary smiled and wrote of Frankenstein. That's
Nice.
it.
It's a
It's
quick
very
one.
nice. Yeah. But it's nice. I know that she was really proud of that because every once in a while she'd send an email being like, "Look at this poem I wrote."
Yeah.
But I did always love it. And so, yeah, when I came across the book at the Bay, I was thinking about her and then I was thinking about the movie coming up. So I was like, somehow it skipped me, in school. I never was assigned to read it. So it was a good education. And I like revisited the James Whale original film.
Yeah. I've never seen that movie, I don't think, which is
Oh,
fucked up, which is fucked up.
that's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, I feel like a fucking idiot for not seeing that, but
Have you read the book?
I believe I read it in either middle school or high school, and I
Hmm.
remember liking it, but I don't have
Yeah.
very much recollection of how the story goes. Yeah, I just remember that he gets smart and like he reads books. That was the one
Yeah.
thing that kind of I remembered about the book is like Frankenstein like gets pretty intelligent.
Yeah, that was the one thing that like I feel like the icon of Frankenstein, like is just like this dumb moaning lug of a creature.
Fire bad, fire bad.
Yeah. Like he does this really funny moment where he just goes like
He's getting
it's
a
like
little
a
horny.
it's like a it's like a Three Stooges move, like like
Yeah, he's
but
the fourth stooge,
he is the fourth stooge.
the lost stooge.
The last stooge of the creatures, Frankenstein. But yeah, so when I read the book, I was like, oh wow, like, he goes into this cabin and he's taught, how to speak and he like expresses himself, in a more intelligent, articulated way to Victor. And the way that Guillermo's movie is structured is very similar to the book in that like the first half is from Victor's perspective and then the second half is from the creature's perspective.
Yeah,
And the whole thing is wrapped around a story that's being told to a ship captain. And I think that in the book, it's like it starts off with the captain being like, I met this crazy guy and I have his diaries. And so
mm,
like what you're reading is actually Victor's diaries. And then so like the creature's perspective is then what Victor wrote down from his perspective. So it's very multi-layered.
interesting.
I think that this movie did a pretty good job of capturing that structure. But what'd
Hmm.
you think of the movie?
I was kind of like you. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was great. I really
Mm-hmm.
liked this version of Frankenstein. I feel like I haven't seen a lot. I haven't seen the most iconic Frankenstein film, so I don't have a lot to compare it to, but except like the classic version of that we talked
Mm-hmm.
about of how we view Frankenstein. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought this was a very cool contrast to how Frankenstein's usually depicted. I thought Jacob Elordi did a great job as the creature. It looked really cool. I liked the production design of the Frankenstein's lab,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually liked the redesign of the creature and how
Mm-hmm.
he's not green at all. He's pale
Mm-hmm.
and he's all patched up. And I really like how he looks when he's like in the full winter coat, like
Mm-hmm.
that. I thought that he just like looks super cool. You just like see his eyes and his
Mm-hmm.
face is all covered up. He's just like a super cool looking, like striking figure when he's in that coat. Then I also
Yeah.
like his stringy, like when he gets long hair and he looks like a metalhead.
Yeah.
I just liked all of his different permutations of Frankenstein. I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah.
and Jacob Elordi portrays him in a really kind of innocent way, but he can also
Mm-hmm.
be really intimidating and scary when he gets pissed off.
Yeah.
And Oscar Isaac, I thought was a lot of fun as Frankenstein. He's like an asshole
Mm-hmm.
egomaniac.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like really having a lot of fun, just being kind of over the top with it, but it
Yeah.
felt appropriate for this kind of movie.
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz, didn't know he was going to be in there, but I thought he was having fun. I thought kind of his best role since Django Unchained, I would say, because I feel like
Really?
he hasn't gotten to do many fun roles.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I thought he was a cool character in this. I don't know, is that character in the book? Do you remember?
No. No,
That's an addition.
yeah, yeah, that was the one thing I felt like it was missing because there's like a whole chunk of the book where Victor's like experimenting with animals and like stitching together like little animals and like kind of making proto Frankensteins. And I was hoping that he would do that. I mean, I guess they kind of do in the beginning where there's that like kind of like half man at the like at the school. But
Hmm.
n nothing that was like how they describe in the book really. But yeah, no, I don't think that there's like a benefactor in the book. Like it's just all Victor's like doing.
So that's one difference there, but I like the addition of that character. I thought he kind of had some comic relief to him, and he's like kind of snarky a little bit. And
Hmm.
Mia Goth is kind of as well cast as Victor's kind of love interest, and she's really into bugs and just kind of like a weird girl,
Yeah,
like she likes to be, but
Elizabeth.
feels very fitting in this story. I don't know. I thought it was a great cast.
Yeah, I think in the book, Elizabeth is his love interest, but she's also his cousin.
Oh, yeah,
So there's a little weirdness there.
yeah.
Yeah, I really thought it was good. I think that there's some visual aspects of it that I didn't love very much. I feel like Netflix just has this gloss to it that you just can't sh they just can't shake it. I don't know what it doesn't seem like it's something that you see in Del Toro's style in movies previous to this, but this kind of like saturated like sheen on everything. Everything kind of looks a little like glossy and shiny, but like a little
Yeah.
desaturated where I don't know, there's something about that that rubs me the wrong way. It just like makes me feel like I'm watching a TV show. But I loved like the violence and the gore. Like I was really shocked at the violence like right off the bat where he's just like
Yeah.
tossing sailors into the ice. That was
Yeah.
pretty awesome. I liked the creature design, but it didn't feel like gross enough for me. Like I wanted him to look a little bit more, I don't know, hideous or something.
But I think from a story perspective, I think it kind of makes sense, or because Victor is like he's trying to make like something that's going to make him accepted in the science
Right.
community because he feel like the science community's kind of rejected him, but he wants to like prove them wrong. So
Right.
I think it makes sense he would try to make like the most aesthetically pleasing creature he could.
True. True,
So
yeah.
it's like, why wouldn't he like be like more like stitched up or like look a little more like gross? Like, because that would
Hmm.
make sense from like from a horror aspect, but from a story aspect, I think it makes sense that he like looks more as nice as he could possibly make it because he's trying to make the perfect example, the perfect specimen.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, it made me like it, the choice more.
He's leaning more into the dramatic aspect of it and the philosophical aspect of it, which is it really is one of the great stories about life. It really is like the curse of being alive. Like this creature's dealing with, how does he get through life? And what really angers him is realizing that he was a creation and
Hmm.
like why was he brought onto this earth? And I don't know. I feel like everybody kind of struggles with that at one point or another. And one of the really kind of tragic and also beautiful things about it is like when he realizes that he's gonna have to live as he is, he's like the thing that motivates him to kill is actually making Victor build him a bride. Like where the whole idea of like the bride of Frankenstein was like, you have to now make me a companion because I'm not
Hmm.
gonna live through this hell alone. So it is kind of interesting and goes back to Grandma's poem, Married Bliss. Goes back to me being married,
You got to find a
but
bride.
gotta find the bride.
Yeah, that's interesting because there's also going to be The Bride coming out next year, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, which is about the bride of Frankenstein. So we're going to
Yeah.
get some more Frankenstein content coming soon.
Yeah. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought it had a lot of heart to it. I thought it was like
Yeah, especially at the end, kind of has a sweet ending where he forgives Victor.
mhm.
Spoiler, but I mean, I'm sure that happens in the book too, right? That's probably.
No.
Oh no, it's a different ending in the book.
I think so. I mean, yeah, as far as I can remember, I'm trying to like remember the exact ending, but there's no forgiveness.
Okay. So yeah, Guillermo's making it his own a little bit. It's not the most faithful to the book, but it's probably the most faithful to the book adaptation, film adaptation there probably is, as far as
I don't
I
know.
know.
There's a lot of Frankenstein movies out there. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I got
and
to brush up on those.
I
But
don't.
more
Yeah, I think
faithful
so.
than the most famous, I guess, one
Yeah,
from the 30s.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying about like the weird look of the movie. Like it almost looks like a video game. It's like very digital.
Hmm.
It kind of contrasts weird, given that it's a period piece, and
Yeah,
it feels like it should be like shot on film and should have like a grittier look, or it should almost be in black and white or something. But I kind of gave in to like, oh, this movie looks kind of otherworldly, but I just like kind of accepted it at a certain point and thought it looked pretty cool once I like kind of accepted that like, oh, it's kind of a weird, different looking movie,
yeah.
but
No, I mean, I really loved it. I mean, I thought that it was a good blend of practical and CGI. Like the CGI doesn't really bother me that much. It's just this like Netflix look. I don't know what it is, but it's just like it gives it this like I don't know if they try to tone it down so it's not so bright on TV or something, but there's just like a look to it that just like feels yeah, just not cinematic to me at times. It just yeah, it feels like a TV show.
yeah, this movie is very divisive. There are people that are giving it thumbs down and people who love it. There's not too many people in between, but it is interesting. People are kind of all over the map on this movie, but I thought it was great. And I just talked to my brother, Caleb, and he watched on Netflix last night, and he really enjoyed the action and the gore, like you were saying. He was really impressed by all the scenes where he like fights the wolves and the kind of visceral, kind of like him like ripping the hide off a wolf or like ripping a guy's jaw off. Like the can be pretty gruesome at times, which both he and I were impressed by. So I
Yeah.
appreciate Guillermo getting more back to his kind of his gross side because
Yeah.
I feel like his last few movies haven't allowed him to really get back to that kind of thing.
Wait, Rocio wants to say hello. We got a poppin'.
He's gonna
We
say
got to pop in.
hi. Hi.
Hi, Rocio and Ginger the dog.
Can't.
Zach says hi.
Oh.
And Ginger too.
Congrats on your marriage. I loved seeing all the pictures.
Oh, thank you. You're a real husband right now.
I'm a real podcasting husband. All right, bye.
We'll have to get her on the pod soon.
We have a good one in mind.
Okay.
We'll have to
Little
wait till
tease.
season 4.
A little tease. I think we're gonna be getting a voice memo from my sister about Frankenstein. So let's listen to that now.
Hey, Film with Family. It's Jasmine here, coming at you to talk a little bit about Frankenstein, directed by Guillermo del Toro. I haven't really thought too much about it, so I'm just going to kind of go off the cuff here. I watched it last night. Guillermo del Toro is a director I dig. His visual style really works for me. It's very very lush, very saturated, dark, beautiful, and this was no exception. Everything about it looked really, really great. The moss-covered stairs, especially. Everything about the house. I wanted to live in both the houses. I wanted to live in the house where the monster hides out, and I wanted to hang out in the castle. I guess it's a castle. Those looked very beautiful. I'm just going to kind of jump around here. I definitely liked the first half more than the second. Jacob Elordi's performance was kind of hard to watch for me. I don't really like characters like that in general. Like, I'm like finding out about the world even though I'm an adult. Like, what is this? What am I? I find it, yeah, just hard to watch. And this is no exception. I don't think that Jacob Elordi is like an incredible actor or anything. I think he is an okay actor, and I don't think that this movie probably took advantage of maybe what he's best at, which is being super beautiful and charming. I hear a lot of talk on the internet, girls saying that they want to fuck Frankenstein and like being really horny for him. And I'm calling bullshit on that. Like, if he was right in front of you, you would not have sex with him. These girls are lying. They would not really have sex with Frankenstein. Anyway, that being said, Oscar Isaac, very hot. Not sure if he had a butt double. I hope he didn't, because I was happy to see his butt. It was looking good. Yeah, there was a lot that I liked about it. It definitely didn't feel like a lot of Frankenstein stories that I've seen before. A little too melodramatic in parts. The violence was really shocking, in a way that I liked it, but it really made me like, I wasn't expecting it to be that kind of movie, because the gentle moments are just so gentle. And then there's moments of just like, holy shit. Like when he gets his, Victor gets his leg blown apart, or when the monster has to kill all those wolves and stuff. It's just like, this is visceral. This is intense. I don't know that I feel like I've seen violence like that a lot. A moment from the movie that I was really thrilled by, I thought was really, really beautiful, was when the monster jumps off the cliff into the water and the camera falls with him. You really feel like you're falling that huge distance into the water. And I was like, that's some good shit. That's some good filmmaking right there. Let's see. Out of 100, I'm going to rate it pretty high because there was so much fun stuff. 75. Yeah, if the whole movie had had the energy of the first half and didn't just kind of like grind to sort of a maudlin, trundling pace in the second half, I would have liked it better. And I was bumming that Victor didn't like nut up and turn Elizabeth into fucking Lady Frankenstein for him. That was whack. Anyway, not really sure why you asked me to weigh in on this movie, but I did see it, so hell yeah, I'm always happy to talk about it. And love you guys, and I'll see you at the movies.
Wow. What a great voice memo.
Great takes, Jasmine. Thanks for doing that about Frankenstein.
A movie I wanted Jasmine's take on, though, was the new Yorgos Lanthimos, Bugonia.
Yeah. What about Bugonia made you think Jasmine needs to see this?
I don't know. I feel like for whatever reason I thought that she was a fan of his, because I thought she was a big fan of The Favorite, and I thought she liked Poor Things, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think she likes Plemons as do
Yeah.
I. I'm a big Plemons fan. When life gives you Plemons,
Make lemonade.
make Plemonade.
Begonia. Wow. This one rocked my socks off. I fucking loved Begonia. I went in again. I actually watched it the same day as I watched Frankenstein. I watched Begonia first and then Frankenstein. But man, I was just roped into this from the get-go. And yeah, I mean, the first International Film Festival that we went to and reported on, Poor Things was my favorite. And coming out of this one, Begonia was my favorite. I was not expecting because I was very down on Kinds of Kindness. Did not like that very much. To me, it felt very unpretentious. It was like a very kind of simple story, but told in like a very good way. And the aesthetic wasn't too over the top, but it did still contain some of his like signature moves. Like there's those little black and white vignettes that were really striking. But yeah, I mean, I thought that Jesse Plemons knocked it out of the park. I thought Emma Stone, of course, was incredible. This one, I loved it from start to finish.
Can you say what the premise is for Begonia for people who don't know?
Sure. So Jesse Plemons and his cousin,
It's a cousin
who
film.
is a cousin film. Put it on the cousin films list.
It's a,
It was yeah, so it's basically about these two cousins who are conspiracy theorists, and Jesse Plemons works for this pharmaceutical company, and their CEO, he suspects, is an alien. And so the movie is about them training to capture her, and then them capturing her, and then them interrogating her to find out if she is in fact an alien. But we don't know. Is she not? I don't know.
well, Plemons seems pretty convinced. He doesn't. He's like,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can say that can really convince me that you're not an alien.
Yeah.
He's like, he's pretty hard set. Like, I know for a fact that you're an alien,
Yeah.
and it takes some wild turns near the end for sure.
Yeah. I think we should not spoil it because I do feel like not a lot of people have had a chance to see this one yet. It wasn't like a huge smash at the theater.
I did go see it in the theater. I didn't get to see it at the festival, but I caught it. Yeah, I liked it too. I mean, I'm a Yorgos fan. I
Yeah.
don't think I loved it as much as you did, but I thought this is another great Yorgos film. I was really taken by the ending of the film, which I know
Hmm.
you don't want to spoil, but I think like the last chunk of the movie really sold me on the movie.
Yeah.
I was maybe a little bored, maybe in the middle section. I think just like the structure of it's just like you're just like having somebody captured and then it's just like a lot of like conversations and it doesn't feel like it felt like it was like kind of spinning its wheels a little bit for me in the middle where I was
Hmm.
like, all right, let's like get to something new here. It felt like a little samey at a certain point, but
Samey?
a little samey.
What does that mean?
Like it just felt like the same kind of scene, like kind of repeating
Oh, I
over,
get you.
or like it didn't feel like it was progressing or taking me to places I wasn't expecting, like
Mm.
what you see in the trailer for the film, which I saw a few times before this movie. Like it's like kind of like a lot of the movie, and it doesn't really delve into new areas until like kind of the very end of the movie
Hmm.
for me.
I want to see it again because I did not know what the ending would be. I thought they did a really good job of being like, is this guy just crazy? Is she an alien? I don't know because it's Yorgos Lanthimos. You're like, okay, it's there's got to be some kind of crazy twist on all of this. So it's like maybe in the end, Plemons is the alien. Who knows? Like I did not know where it was gonna go, and so I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Like I was really trying to listen to how Emma Stone was talking, how Jesse was talking, and then I thought that the actor who plays his cousin, who I believe is autistic, actually,
Yeah.
I thought that he is just like a riveting person to watch on screen. His name's Aiden Delbus. He played Donnie, the Cuzzy.
Hmm.
And I just thought that he did a really good job. He was a very interesting character, like just like definitely added to the anxiety of what was going on because he really felt like even though like you've got Emma Stone being literally like tortured, in a way Donnie feels like just as captured as her. Like it's like Jesse
Hmm.
Plemons is like really manipulating him to go through with this and
Yeah, I like the Don character as well, but I'm different from you in that I loved Kinds of Kindness. It was one of my favorite movies of last year. I
mhm,
thought it was really interesting, really funny. A lot of made me laugh a lot. And so I was kind of expecting a similar vibe going into Begonia, but
mhm,
this movie didn't really give me the laughs. Well,
mhm,
which I feel like Poor Things I think is also a very funny movie.
mhm,
There's definitely some funny stuff in Begonia, but it did feel a little bit more intense. I think maybe because of the Don character, like it just felt like a sad situation. Like you have this
mhm,
autistic cousin that's just like being manipulated by Jesse
mhm,
Plemons, and I
mhm.
just kind of felt bad for him. So it's like
Yeah,
it was harder to laugh at the situation or different
yeah,
things because it's like, damn, this is kind of a sad situation all around.
yeah.
Um, but
There is some comedy relief with Stavros.
oh yeah, I got Halkias.
Yeah, Stavy Baby. I thought he was great. I thought that he was just like as the cop who's just like, here I am, this guy, right? Like he keeps like
Yeah,
being like all sort of like self-conscious about him being a cop.
but yeah, I thought Stavi was a fun addition to the Yorgo sphere for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and I didn't know that he was in the movie. So like when he popped in, I was like, "Oh man, like this is I mean, it's just fun." And then Alicia Silverstone too was a surprise. I didn't realize she was in the film either. I did a good job of just kind of shutting myself off from the movie because I wanted to go in fresh. And yeah, I mean, it worked really well, and I'm excited to watch it again because I think that it will probably reveal itself in different ways on a second watch.
Yeah, definitely great performances. It'd be cool to see Plemons or Stone get Oscar nominations for this movie because I think they both deserve it.
Yeah, really good stuff.